I can see it. It's there in the passion. You can see it in the eyes. You can see it in every expression. You've put money in it. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Let's go to James's favorite sport, golf. There's a couple of things happening. Isn't there the golf championship, the national golf championship?
Yes.
How many remaining? Just one? The Nyali golf?
That's for the amateurs.
Yes.
For the professionals, last weekend they were in Uganda.
Okay.
We had 4 Kenyans in the top 9 positions, which is a good sign.
Okay.
Those ones are on the road to qualifying for the to play in the Magical Kenya Open for next year. The next event is in January. However, this weekend is the Kenya Amateur Golfing Championship. The winner is likely to be determined this weekend in Nyali. And that's where the Kenya Golf Union will announce
who's
the
leading
8 amateurs.
How is it just the person who wins most of the rounds?
No. There are 6 amateurs. The first one who qualifies is the one who wins the Kenya Amateur Stroke Play Championship. The one who wins the Kenya Amateur Match Play Championship. Then we have the one who wins this series. And then we have 2 juniors and a wild card.
And they all qualify for?
To play in the Kenya Open.
To play in the Kenya
Which is just,
Kenya
well,
Open.
They cannot win money. They just go out to, it's a prestigious
themselves.
thing, yes.
So
Adele Balala
Innocent who didn't go for that one. I mean, there's no money involved in that. Do you play golf, Innocent?
No. I don't play golf, but I would really like the money which is being pumped into golf, be pumped into football or other sports. I would really like to see the president going to launch the FKF Shield Cup.
It depends on how you utilize the money. If you are going to steal the money, then we will not give you. We are gentlemen.
Wait. I knew we'd go into this. They say that, golf is a sport played by gentlemen, eh?
Yes.
It's a sport for gentlemen played by gentlemen.
Correct.
Football is a sport for, rough people played also by gentlemen. Okay.
And watched by?
No, we're not going there. We're not going there. So I knew you're not going to agree on this. But this discussion about the money being put in golf, we've had it before, and I know where you're heading. I don't want us to head in that direction.
To real sports.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in one. But Tiger is coming back. James, Tiger is coming back?
Yes, playing with his son in a tournament. So it's good to see him back. And like he said, look, I'm going to be there with his son. We've seen videos of his son earlier this year. He looks like he has.
This tournament really encourages people to play with family members.
Yes, and you know what the story is. Everyone wants to know, can Tiger Jr. be as good as the dad? Did he get the genes? Were they transferred? So
what they're thinking is not a tiger. It's probably a different animal. What are you talking about?
So, the question to see whether, because we've seen it a few. I mean, let me just to digress.
I have seen it.
LeBron James, the son is doing really well. They think he's going to go to the NBA. Dwayne Wade, the son, they think he's going to the NBA. Just last night, for people who watch Manchester United, you had Robbie Savage see his son, Charlie Savage, get to play, a kid who's 18. So everyone has been wondering, so Tiger was this great guy, this great golfer, one of the best of all time. Can his son
He's the best, not one of.
Well, Jack Nicklaus might say different. I mean, he's got more majors.
No. Just proceed.
But so the key question is, how good is his son? So we get to see it. And of course, look, this is Tiger. All you need is Tiger to show up in an event. Doesn't matter whether he plays, he doesn't play. All he needs to be there is Tiger Woods will be around.
Okay.
Tiger is the news. Tiger is golf.
Without
Tiger, the commercial ratings in golf all plummet, unfortunately.
Well, he's going to be there for the PNC Championship, and he's playing with his son, and that's big news. Everybody expects him back after that crash that almost finished his career. We'll see what happens there. Gentlemen, I think it's time to give some prizes as well, because we had a question that we were asking, and we asked you, what's the biggest derby soccer this weekend? And I have a couple of answers here that I have seen. Hilary Maithia at Hilary Maithia, the biggest derby this weekend has to be Madrid derby, Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. That's what he says. I think I'm going to give him one of the hampers.
Yes, I think he deserves it. Can we give another one?
Yes.
There's a man called Charles Chalo, and he says the biggest derby is the Karioko derby, as Simba face Yanga. Then in Europe, we've got the Madrid derby as Real Madrid face Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
So he's gone both local.
Yes, he's playing it safe.
And gone, just in case you want local,
Yeah,
he's
local.
here. If you want
In that
international,
case, I could have asked for the biggest derbies in Africa then. We've got the biggest derby in South Africa, Pirates versus Chiefs.
Knowledgeable.
No. But there's, of course, I mean, there's a derby in literally every country, isn't
So
there?
which one is
Yes.
The biggest.
The
No,
derby
look.
or Madrid versus-
Biggest.
Which
The
one?
biggest
So which one is the
would
biggest?
be, for me as well, the Real Madrid. That's the biggest derby.
There's also Ingo Derby, Bigger Bullets versus FC Leopards at the weekend.
Listen, what does it feel like to play in the derbies, Innocent?
It's amazing.
It
The
is.
feeling's just amazing. I remember my last derby versus FC Leopards when I was at Gor Mahia, and FC Leopards were leading 2-0 in the first half through goals by Paul Were and Edwin Seda. And the stadium was packed at Kasarani. And in the second, we really got dressed down by our coach. And in the second half, we went all guns blazing. And the match ended at 2-2.
Dan Seronkuma.
Brilliant.
Dan Seronkuma and David Calabar.
And you can assure us there was no match
David
fixing in
Calabar.
it.
There was no match fixing, definitely.
And you didn't advise.
Fine.
No, I cannot
So
do
we
that.
had Hilary Maithia, and you said Charlo as well.
Charles
Charlo as well. Okay, we'll get in touch with you to tell you how you'll pick up your hampers as well. You know, next week we'll be talking about the National Olympic Committee of Kenya and the elections. And if you notice the delegates list, there were some delegates who were missing. You know, the FKF delegates was not there, but they were not the only ones. I think there was cycling, and I think there was one other martial sport, and another one, 4 of them.
There was golf. Golf was missing as well.
Golf was missing as well.
Yes, there's a big story to that,
Is there?
which I may not want to delve
This is
into
some-
right now, but there's a story.
What do you
to
mean
it.
you won't go into it?
Well, there is a story.
We delve
There's
into
a story
the
as to
stories.
who is
No,
the-
not right now. Not right now. But we'll talk about it.
Basically, the list that Bernard has highlighted is of the federations that have asterisks right next to them.
So we'll be talking about it. What do you think? What do you think? For what reason would a federation not be represented?
Well, if football is anything to go by, if there are scoreballs and we are not quite sure who is who, and we've had fights and we are not able to line up in one file and say this is how we are going to go, I feel, especially this particular knock, is going to say no. It's led by a gentleman.
Yeah.
He doesn't like scoreboards. So once you see those ones missing, like he says, there's a story with golf. He'll let us know whether we are right, but there must be a question between.
It's basically a question of affiliation with the sports and.
Yeah, you're
something
affiliated,
like
you have scoreboards. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be Kenya without such things. It wouldn't be Kenyan sport without
I'm
such
thinking this is a sport. He says it's a sport of gentlemen. So
It is.
the gentlemen
It
don't
is.
want
That
to be
is why you don't
affiliated.
even know about the story I'm giving it to
No,
you.
but
It's not out there.
No,
It's
like
been
gentlemen
solved.
keep their stories
It's been
to themselves.
solved in a gentlemanly manner.
Oh, but they won't
Amicable
vote.
In a very
But
amicable
if
way.
there was no opposer in the presidential
Yes.
slot, then that elections was controlled.
Yeah, no.
Why?
They said they are focused. They have focused, especially, if I was reading it correctly, on putting structures in place. And you know, one of the biggest problems in sports in this country is just structures. You know, putting structures, accounts, marketing, everything else, putting it in place. And then they also focused on participation. And they said they've participated in literally every big event that there was in the world, including the Winter Olympics, including the Summer Olympics, including the indoors and everything else. And that is good success, we must say as well. So they will be enumerating this, I'm sure, and then we can talk about other things as well.
And I hope with the new office, they can start concentrating first on the stadiums.
What's with the stadium?
Where they can start organizing the matches in different stadiums, not only Kasarani, whenever there's a very big event to be held.
But you know, the qualification must be there of which stadia can hold which kind of events. That's another talk altogether. But we can keep these conversations going for a long time as well,
true,
you
very
know,
true, very
for a very long time as well. The question that we were asking you earlier on is, what is the biggest derby in soccer at the moment? And Hilary Maithia and Charles Charlo will get themselves a Sport Pesa hamper, which we will tell you how we will get it to you. Gentlemen, I think we've said literally everything that was supposed to be said, unless there's any other comment that you want to make, starting from the extreme side.
No, it's been an interesting discussion. It's incredible to listen to Innocent say that, yes, this does happen. Like you said, it makes you question everything. But all in all, let's go out and enjoy our weekend. There's a lot of sports to look forward to. I hope you watch cricket. The Ashes are on, and England are struggling.
I will watch that as well. And I hope there's no fixing in that. The Ashes tour has been there for years. It's never been tainted with any story like that one. It has never. What about for you, Innocent?
With the government getting into the football affairs and getting through the caretaker committee handling football in Kenya, I really hope they have football at heart, and I want them to delve in depth so that we curb this menace of match fixing, because it's really bedeviling our football standards is really going down. And also, if they can try and implement, before they go, start implementing the club license.
Club
Because
license.
that is the only way we'll have our clubs moving from semi-professionals to the professional level.
Okay. Ken, what's
For
your
me,
comment?
I really-
can
I really
Pigamingi be considered match fixing?
Golf, there's no match fixing.
No, but Pigamingi, and then you get penalty strokes.
No, you're just a poor golfer.
Okay,
Don't worry.
all right then. What's
So
your
I
comment?
loved listening to the conversation about match fixing in Kenya. I identify with the fact that, you know, there is also huge match fixing in Europe. You know, you look at the story of Olympique Marseille, look at the story of Juventus, look at the story of Standard Liège. Never mind that Standard Liège and Marseille were coached by the same person in like a spate of 5-6 years. It's really not about poverty. It's just bad
Greed.
manners. It's just bad manners.
It's just about greed.
But in the meanwhile, I wish everyone a lovely weekend. I'll be glued to my screen at Anfield on Saturday from 6 o'clock.
Are you ending
And-
the show now?
No, I'm saying what I'll be doing.
I think we've said it all. And yes, this is Scoreboard, and we go right behind the scores, right behind the boards as well, to find out what's going on in there. I think we've covered literally everything. In the Dubai Sevens, we were told that there was a little bit of a problem with the Kenyans' physique and the speed, and that is what probably made them lose at that leg of the IRB Sevens. But we'll delve into that slightly later on. I must thank you very much for having kept us company, and I thank you for also participating. Continue the discussion at Mutiso Innocent, that's his Twitter handle, and at J Wakabi, I am at Bernard_sports. Let's continue this conversation about match fixing and see what can be done about it. You can give us some solutions you think can be employed to make things better. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's do this again sometime next week. That's it for now. Good night, and we'll see you next week.